Hello everyone, this was the very last place I came to visit before the lockdown last year. And right now, today we are celebrating the International Day of Reflections, where we celebrate the people whose lives have been taken by coronavirus. So today, it's been a year since that lockdown happened, and I am back here in this place which gave me that sense of peace as we celebrate again the life in this very COVID frenzy world at the moment. Welcome indeed to Denford. Last year when I came here, the swans were swimming on the river, but they're not here right now. They're out there in the land. I can only see their long necks, but at the moment they're not with me. But despite that, this is the most beautiful time of the year because spring has sprung in England, and I will be taking you to the beautiful sights of the daffodils and enjoy this lovely place in Denford, a small little hamlet in England, but just amazing to explore. Now, oh my goodness, listening to me, how amazing is that friend of mine? Come here, my lovely swan. Kabay pa, hindi ko madagdag. Hello, welcome. Hello, my lovely friend. How are you today? This is my lovely friend, the swan. I think this wonderful swan remembers me when I visited this place last year during the lockdown. See? How pretty and beautiful. It's just so nice to be dating here, this part of England. Come back! Nagpalagyo na lang siya kay. Siguro, hindi na ko maintindihan. That's why that lovely swan naglaga na lang. Look, there's only one swan here. Come here, my lovely friend. How are you? She's so pretty, and her prettiness is just amazing. They're so graceful. They're such beautiful creatures. That's why I love them. But I think, speaking of the beautiful angels, it suddenly appeared when I talked about them right here in the beautiful, I don't know whether this is a stream or a river, but it's still the waterways of Nene here in Denford. Now, every time I get to be by a tree beside a beautiful river or waterways, my life is just beautiful. It makes me think that we should be living this kind of a life all the time. And as I sit here looking at my lovely friends, the swans, the ducks, and I just can't wait for this tree to have its leaves coming out soon because this will be majestic. That's why, you know what, if you're here, muni, nothing to do, and I think today, the International Day of Reflection, just makes me realize that I am so blessed to have lived a life here in the country. I used to be like a city boy, love the kind of a nightlife, but now, this kind of life is utterly amazing. Gusto ko I can have a duyan, put a hammock there, and then just be swung around. It will just be incredible. Now, let me just check, what's the water like down here? Okay, mapasa ko di kag magtugap lang. Oh, it's not so cold. It's just so nice. Matugap lang ko di gani karon. Ay. That's going to be my problem, not yours. Okay, welcome indeed to beautiful springtime here in England. Mugas na rin kamot.
I look at you, you make me blind. Why do you have to be so beautiful all the time? I know I can't be with you. It's killing me to see you with someone else. What to do? Now I'm in the corner and watching you smile, watching you smile. And I can't get over you, I'm losing my mind. All of the things that I wish I could tell you. Every time when you're passing me by, I fall in love. There's something about you, I wish you were mine. And if I only could be there to hold you, it feels like I stop breathing when you're around. I'm in love. There's something about you, I wish you were mine.
Denford is a small village and civil parish situated in East Northamptonshire, England. At the time of the 2001 census, the parish population was about 250 people, increasing to 282 at the 2011 census. The village stands on the River Nene. It is in this area that the pronunciation of its name changes. Upstream to the south, it is known as the Nene, as in 10. Downstream to the north, it is the Nene, as in bean. Really an exciting but beautiful place to drive through when you get to this part of England. Beautiful places like this is always worth visiting. That's why England has just got so many features of that. Hamlets, villages, towns, and they're historic and just amazing. So today we are here just to enjoy the beginning of spring as I show you this beautiful little hamlet, a place which I always wanted to live, but I can't really afford it. Sige na lang, I'm just so glad to be here and enjoy the moment. So, enjoy this! When I was still a teacher in the Philippines, I was teaching my students Wordsworth's I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. And these beautiful flowers, the daffodils, were mentioned in it. But you know what? Because at that time, we didn't have the advent of technology yet, like Google or anything. I never understood or didn't know how to describe to them what a daffodil was. And now, this is what we call a host of golden daffodils as mentioned in the poetry by William Wordsworth. So you know what, because it happened in the Lake District, but right now, since I came back and told my new sets of students about the daffodils, that's when we got to understand the beauty that was mentioned in Wordsworth's poetry. Right here in England, this is just an amazing sight, and this is my example of a host of golden daffodils. Now, I am entering the village church, which is always a feature in English heritage. And of course, all the village churches always are very historical, and there's always a story to tell. One poetry I'll never forget when I discuss about churchyard is Elegy Written in the Country Churchyard, which is very melancholic. Now, as I stand here, this is just what I'm talking about. That the English churchyard is always covered with that. In the Philippines, they are quite scared to go to these places, but here it's just pretty normal. That's why I like it, that I get the chance to really explore. As you can see here, it's called the church walk. Ay! You know, when we're being adventurous, that's how I get to explore places. This is a church walk, and if you come here on your own, you can really reflect about the beauty of life. That's why, isn't it amazing? Look at these stones here. We used to have one in a previous home. That's why I really like standing in places like this. So, right here in the lovely place of Denford, I am now giving a tribute to one of the poetries I taught to my students. Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard here in Denford. Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard by Thomas Gray. The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The lowing herd winds slowly over the lea. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way, and leaves the world to darkness and to me. Now fades the glimmering landscape on the side, and all the air a solemn stillness holds, save where the beetle wheels his droning flight, and drowsy tinklings lull the distant folds. Save that from yonder ivy-mantled tower, the moping owl does to the moon complain, of such as wandering near her secret bower, molest her ancient solitary reign. Beneath those rugged elms that you trace shade, where heaves the turf in many a mouldering heap, each in his narrow cell forever laid, the rude forefathers of the hamlet sleep. The breezy call of incense-breathing morn, the swallow twittering from the straw-built shed, the cockshrill clarion or the echoing horn, no more shall rouse them from their lowly bed. It's my first time to visit this church here, and it's such a beautiful feature for this village. Imagine that, surrounded with beautiful stone houses, the church, and if you imagine when the church bells on a Sunday, it will just be a serene, lovely place. Today is a day to thank everyone, to thank all of those people who really worked hard to save lives. And I would like to shout out to all of my nurses students and my medical students across the world, and to all the nurses and doctors and medical team who have given so much to help us in this time of COVID. To all of you, I salute you all because you have done an amazing job, and may God bless you. From here in beautiful England, let's continue to inspire people to have stories of love so that we know that we're gonna make this world a beautiful place to live.
Think about me one more time before you go. Someday you'll know. Someday you'll know. And you know what I'm going to say. I've been feeling this way for far too long. Before you go, someday you'll know. Someday you'll know. And you know what I'm going to say. I've been feeling this way for far too long.